Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. To make this chunky style sweater you're going to need a wet 4 yarn, a 7.5mm hook and a 5mm hook. So begin by using your 7.5mm hook and making a chain of 52 for a size small to medium or a 56 for a medium to large. Begin by making a slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. Then make a half double crochet into the next chain. Then a slip stitch into the next chain. And then a half double crochet into the next chain, and continue with your slip stitch half double crochet until the end of the row. Make sure that you end your row with a slip stitch. So at the end of your first row you're going to have something that looks like this. So chain 1, turn, and then you're going to begin this row with a half double crochet. And then slip stitch into the next stitch. Half double crochet into the next. And then slip stitch into the next, and then continue with half double crochet, slip stitch, half double crochet, slip stitch to the end of the row. Make sure to end this row with a half double crochet. So at the end of the row you're going to have something like this. So for your third row, chain 1, and you're basically going to repeat the last 2 rows. So begin your third row with a slip stitch, then half double crochet into the next, and then continue with the slip stitch, half double crochet to the end of this row. Make sure to end this row with a slip stitch. So if you begin your row with a slip stitch, you must end with a slip stitch, and the same with if you begin your row with a half double crochet, you must end your row with a half double crochet. So you're going to keep repeating those 2 rows over and over again until you have a panel that's going to reach from your collarbone to your hip, and this will be the front of your sweater. So continue the whole process again for the back. The back is going to be the exact same as the front. For my sweater, I think I did about 70 rows. Now to make the sleeve, you're going to change to a 5mm hook and chain 12. Begin by making a half double crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then half double crochet to the end of your chain. So for the second row, chain 1, turn, and then half double crochet into the back loop of the very first stitch, and then continue down the row in the back loops only. And then you're going to continue this row over and over again by making a half double crochet into the back loops only. So keep repeating that row over and over again until it's big enough to wrap around your wrist. For me, I did 18 rows. So once this part of the sleeve is big enough to wrap around your wrist, you're going to crochet along the long side of it. So chain 1, and you're going to squeeze 45 single crochet down this long side of the cuff. So once you have that row completed, you're going to switch back to your 7.5mm hook. So now you're going to begin by chaining 1, turn, slip stitch into that very first stitch, then half double crochet into the next stitch, slip stitch into the next, and then half double crochet into the next. So continue with your slip stitch, half double crochet until the end of the row. So for the next row, you're going to chain 1, turn, and then make a half double crochet into that very first stitch. Slip stitch into the next, half double crochet into the next, and then slip stitch into the next, and continue with half double crochet, slip stitch until the end of the row. So it's just basically the same as your front and back panels. Don't forget that when you begin a row, if you begin a row with a slip stitch, you must end your row with a slip stitch, and the same with if you begin with the half double crochet, you must end with a half double crochet. So you're going to repeat those last 2 rows over and over again until the sleeve is long enough to fit your arm. I did 50 rows. So next we're going to want to close that seam, so we're going to single crochet all down the length. So yeah, continue with your single crochet to close your sleeve. So next you're going to grab your front and back panel and lay them on top of each other, and then grab your sleeve with the seam facing down the way, and you're going to single crochet just to close the sides of your front and back panel, and then continue with single crochet to attach your sleeve to your front and back panel basically. So once you have both sleeves attached, you're going to have a large opening up at the top. So we're going to single crochet. We're going to attach the yarn right there where the sleeve seam is, and single crochet in about 5.5 inches. So attach your yarn just beside the seam where the sleeve is, and single crochet 5.5 inches in. And then when you're finished, turn your sweater inside out. So once you have your shoulders done, you will have a smaller opening. So next we're going to change back to our 7.5mm hook, and we're going to attach the yarn right in the corner. So you're going to begin by chaining 1 and half double crochet all along that neck opening. So once you have half double crocheted all along the neck opening, you're going to slip stitch into that very first half double crochet. So here we are, slip stitching into the first half double crochet. So for the next row, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to half double crochet into the back loops only. So you're going to continue that all the way around. So you're going to continue that row over and over again for whatever length of neck you want. For me, I did 12 rows. So that's it, that's your sweater completed. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you like. I will try and leave a link in the description to the written pattern to my blog. So until next time, take care.